expect to just not wake up with all the murder going on? The noise and the sirens and the murder. Okay.
Okay.
We're recording.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, you told me to let you know.
Yes, I did. Thanks.
Okay.
What was
Shouldn't
that?
breathe
That
in.
was you?
Yeah, breathing in. It's too loud.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Married to Macabre. I'm Dee.
And I'm Isaac.
And as the name shall suggest, we are married. And we went back and forth with the name for a while for different reasons. I love the name.
And I don't know what macabre means, so
Yes, you
I was
do.
confused in the beginning. And I thought it was a little hard for, I guess, the casual person to realize what it meant, I guess.
Well, either way. Macabre is defined as disturbing and horrifying because of the involvement with or depiction of death or injury.
Yeah.
So they also use the term to describe anything spooky. So all things spooky, scary, true crimey, those can all be defined as macabre.
Got it.
I happen to be a huge fan of all of the above. Isaac, on the other hand,
Not quite. No.
not so much.
No.
But what Isaac won't tell you is that he loves to hear the stories third person, or not third person, but
Fourth person.
I guess fourth. Told by. He loves when I tell him all the gruesome details that I pick up on true crime stuff, right?
Yes. I'm a fan.
Big fan.
Yes.
But if you want to go straight to the true crime stuff, not so much.
No.
No. Or the spooky stuff. How do you feel about ghosts?
I don't like ghosts. I don't do haunted stuff. I don't do ghosts. I don't do creepy, crawly. I don't do Ouija boards. Ouija boards.
You love Ouija boards.
No, I don't do those.
Since
I don't
when?
communicate with the spirits.
You
I don't
always
believe in
laugh
the
at
spirits.
me.
So there was a movie once that a lot of people said was really, really stupid.
Was
But I
it
found
Ouija?
it. No, it wasn't Ouija.
Okay,
It
'cause that
was,
was really
White
stupid.
Noise. You ever heard of the movie White Noise?
Okay.
I thought that was the
I thought
scariest
that was a
movie.
great movie.
Yeah, I thought that was the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Okay,
So-
that was a really scary movie.
Yeah.
Did you
I
ever
mean,
see-
It falls in line with what?
Stir of Echoes.
No.
Oh my god. Did you liked White Noise?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I liked it, of course.
Creepy.
I thought it was creepy, yeah.
Super creepy. You ever woken up to that static shit on your
So every
TVs?
time the TV would have like a white noise, little, this channel with the white noise.
Yeah, because we're old.
I'd always like trying to like pick up on ghost communication.
You're like,
I
tell
always
me.
be like, oh my God, I heard like, look away.
Look
Some
away.
shit. I'd be like, oh shit.
You never told me that. That's like, I thought you were going to say like,
Oh.
I heard hello or
No.
Isaac, but you heard look away?
I swear I heard that once.
Terrified.
Yeah, so.
That's pretty fucked up. That would
Yeah.
scare me. I cannot believe you never told me that.
Yeah, that happened.
Anywho's, if you love that movie or like that movie, I can't believe you've never seen Stir of Echoes.
No, I've never heard of Stir. Oh.
You know who's in it? Obviously not. You never heard of it.
Michael Keaton? No, wasn't he in?
He was in like Multiplicity. It's not a scary movie for another reason.
I know. Look, I know it sounds random, but I think he was in White Noise. That's why I said Michael Keaton.
Was he?
It wasn't just like random. I just realized
How
you probably
random Michael
thought
Keaton.
No, why are you even thinking about that man?
It's seriously, we're talking about horror movies, and you're like, Michael
I swear
Keaton.
he's in White Noise. If not, then I'm gonna fall off my chair.
Let's find out. Anywho's, Stir of Echoes stars Kevin Bacon.
Oh, okay.
And it is crazy good.
Yeah.
But it's another... Wow, you're right.
See, I told you. I thought
Architect
that-
Jonathan Rivers.
Well, hold
Michael
on.
Keaton is happily married to author Anna, but tragedy strikes when she is killed in an accident. Deep in grief, Jonathan hears from Raymond Price, who claims that he has intercepted messages from Anna via electronic voice phenomenon.
Oh shit!
That's
yeah, I
EVP.
remember. Yo, you know when I first saw the preview to White Noise, I'm gonna mention this again. That I feel like I'm like promoting this movie, but the first time I ever heard of electronic voice phenomenon was that. Didn't they have a show called Ghosts where they used that technique?
Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters, yeah.
Of course. I think it's still around. I think Ghost Hunters is still a thing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Some dude named like Zach Baggins is like really into that. He has like a bunch of shows.
Who's Zach Baggins?
Some creep who like owns a museum or something where he has like all these haunted things, and he's like produced a lot of these shows. I don't know. We'll probably do an episode on him because he's problematic apparently, but I couldn't tell you why. He's a little creepy. And he started dating Holly Madison after.
I don't know who these people are. I'm sorry.
You know who Holly Madison is. She was one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
Anyways,
like
moving on.
Playboy bunny, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Anywho, so what's it? So Stir of Echoes was with Kevin Bacon, and it was similar to White Noise, except it led him to like solve a crime. I don't know. I'm like not spoiling a movie that came out in like 2003, so I feel like I could say the ending pretty like safely. But either way, yeah, watch Stir of Echoes. I'll watch it with you. I'll hold your hand.
Okay, thank you.
So, anywho's, see, look, that's the poster for Stir of Echoes.
Oh, okay.
It's creepy. Kevin Bacon plays a great creep.
He's a creep in the movie?
No, like, he's creepy.
Oh.
He's not a creep in the movie, but, like, you know, all the stuff around him, he just, like, adds to the creep factor.
Oh,
and I love Kevin Bacon. That is not an insult.
Yeah.
But anywho's.
Sure.
Anywho's. So, that was our first sidetrack. Probably going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So, this episode, we're going to talk about a crime that occurred in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it is...
Did you hear that in the background?
I think the camera picked up Zachary. Anyway, the camera, the microphone.
Oh.
Anywho's, we're going to talk about Paul Warren Powell.
Paul Warren Powell.
Yeah, not a serial killer. Not prolific at all. Actually, huge fucking loser.
Okay.
But he did commit 2 horrible crimes. He committed more crimes, but the ones we're going to talk about are 2 horrible crimes that he committed in 1999.
Yes.
And where he is now, basically. So, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hold on to your butt. So, Stacy Lynn Reed was 16 years old. It was 1999, and she was a great student and even part of the Junior Reserves Officer Training Corps, which is ROTC.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. With a dream to eventually become part of the Navy SEALs.
Ooh.
I know, right? Pretty.
Wow, so ambitious.
For a 16-year-old girl.
That nice.
Crazy, right? So she lived in Yorkshire, Virginia with her mother, her stepfather, and her 14-year-old little sister, Christy. Okay. Near her home, though, lived this dude, Paul Warren Powell. He was 20.
PWP.
We're just going to call him Powell. So Powell was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So remember, our girl,
Is
Stacy,
16?
she's 16. Her sister's 14.
Yeah.
He is 20 years old. And his claim to fame is that he is a self-proclaimed white supremacist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real piece of work.
He's one of those.
Yeah. He had already begun an impressive criminal record, but nothing like too shocking. Just, you know, your usual, this kid's gonna grow up and be trouble nonsense. So Stacy, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I could find no story or backing as to how this happened, but these two became friends.
Okay.
Again, he lived like in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know if like, you know, it was the 90s. We used to go outside and like come back when the streetlights come on. Exactly. Could have met them. I know you loved playing Manhunt when you were young.
Of course, like tag. Only it never ends.
So they could have met at a park or hanging out on the, who knows. But somehow this 20-year-old white supremacist became friends with this little girl, 16 years old.
Who has aspires to be a Marine Corps?
No, a Navy SEAL.
A Navy SEAL.
She's already in the ROTC.
Oh, okay.
Because she's only 16.
Right.
So Anyways,
What?
I think I got a text.
Oh.
So for some reason, she befriends this complete loser, even though she was only 16, and I can't even begin to imagine how that conversation even began. But apparently, they met a couple years before and became acquaintances. What Stacy did not know was that Powell was not only her friend, but he was seemingly infatuated with her.
Okay.
So he was obsessed with her. And he really, really wanted to date Stacy.
16.
Exactly. He states later when they're questioning him about all this nonsense that he was in love with her, but he knew she was underage, and so he didn't pursue it. That's his story. I think she just never gave him any hint that she was interested in the slightest, and he was just like, yeah, this is my call, you know, because let's be real. So now, apparently, another reason he doesn't have a chance with her is because our young Stacy has a boyfriend.
Okay.
And his name is Sean Wilkerson, who had recently moved to another town, but he and Stacy kept in touch, and he was even going to be coming back to be her date to the junior ROTC military ball. So, you know, they were pretty serious, for as serious as you can get at 16 years old.
Yeah, right.
Now, Mr. Wilkerson, young Sean Wilkerson, her boyfriend, he's also 16, very in line with where we should be. But Mr. Powell, the 20-year-old grown man, he was not happy about this. Not only was the girl he wanted taken, but her boyfriend was black.
Oh, I see where this is.
Exactly. And I don't know if you remember, but Powell is a self-proclaimed
White supremacist.
ultimate white supremacist. So that's literally how he describes himself when, later when they're questioning him. He's like, I am the ultimate white supremacist. I know. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Kind of. It's like I don't know how you come up with that.
Walks into a room. He goes, I am
Legit.
the ultimate white supremacist.
It's like, you know how what are there, like the KKK have like these weird names like Grand Wizard and some shit.
Yeah, I heard
There's
I saw that on
it's horrible.
Jerry Springer.
Oh my
You hear,
god.
Grand
I thought you were
Wizard
going to say like
will-
Mississippi Burning. Not
No, what's
Jerry-
that?
Mississippi
I'm
Burning?
joking, I'm
Oh
joking,
my
alright.
god. I was like, God, stop everything. We got to go. I got to show this man some movies. 14 years of marriage and I can't even believe you haven't seen Stir of Echoes. So, let alone Mississippi Burning. So, yeah, like they have all those weird ass names like Grand Wizard or
Right.
some shit. I don't know.
So he's not that though.
He's
just
not.
Like
I'm
normal
sure he-
white supremacist, I guess.
I mean, if there's such thing as normal. I mean, he doesn't think he's normal. He thinks he's the ultimate.
Right.
So, obviously, we can just figure out ourselves how he felt about this relationship. He was very much against it for multiple reasons. But remember, Stacy doesn't even know that this grown-ass man is into her. She thinks that they're just not even, like, friends, like acquaintances. It sounds more of like he thought they were, like, besties, and she was like, yeah, I say hi and bye to the guy because he's weird. That's what it sounds like. But there's really no way to find out. There's been no interviews that, like, give any insight to how they met or how deep their friendship was. That's just, like, a big mystery. So on January 29th, 1999, when Stacy arrived home from school early because she had completed all her tests for the day, she saw Powell sitting and waiting for her at her doorstep. But she had no reason to think that anything would go terribly wrong because apparently he did this all the time. Because I'm going to go ahead and assume he was a loser with no job.
Yeah, right.
So during their conversation, Powell found out that a friend of Stacy's mother, who's a man, was going to be coming by the house to check on some stuff.
Wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. Powell's sister's mother is a man? That's what I heard. I swear I heard that.
I told you not to take that second shot
Okay,
of
hold
whiskey.
on.
I made it very clear.
Hold on a
I was going to
second.
lose you.
You didn't lose me. The way you said it, the way you worded it, I mean, it kind of got
It
clumped
did. It's a
together
lot.
in a weird way.
It's
Yeah,
like,
please.
whoops.
Yeah, please.
Okay, yeah, okay. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So while they were talking, Powell,
Yes.
the bad
white
guy,
yeah.
white supremacist, found out in conversation
Yeah.
that a friend of Stacy's mother,
Okay.
so Stacy's mother's friend, who
Stacey's
was a
mother's
man,
Who was a man, yeah.
was going to be coming by the house to check on some things for her around 12:45.
Okay.
So Powell decided to get out of there and return after the mother's friend left. Except this time, when he came back with some extra things in his pocket.
Okay.
So when Powell returned, Stacy was on the phone with her boyfriend Sean. Since Powell had arrived, she ended her call with Sean and started to talk to Powell. But he began to confront her about her relationship with Sean and demanding that she break up with him. Now, according to Powell, this argument turned into a struggle. And while they were struggling, Powell pulled out a survival knife, so like a hunting knife,
Wow.
from his pocket. And he denies that he purposely stabbed her. However, a little bit of a look ahead.
Yeah.
Later on, an investigation would show that Stacy's death was caused by a stab wound to her chest, and the wound pattern indicated that the blade of the knife pierced her heart and was twisted upon withdrawal.
Oh my God.
So,
That's awful.
also, the blade of Powell's knife was consistent with the stab wounds. Like, there was no denying
right.
that he stabbed her.
I'm sure.
There was also numerous bruises on Stacy. She suffered stab wounds to her back and arms. She had abrasions on her left hand and wrist, and they were all characterized as defensive wounds. She also had bruises on her lower neck that were consistent with the bottom of a boot. So
Wow. So he was like he was like stomping on him too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's plenty of evidence that he stomped her face and neck. So
Wow,
he
that's
claims that they got into an argument. She went back and forth, and upon like the struggle, she fell onto his knife.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
again,
of course,
of
That's
course,
ridiculous.
the knife insert patterns
Yeah.
show one entry hole and two exit
Because he
wounds.
twisted it, right?
Because he pulled it out, twisted it, and pushed it back in the same hole. And he was like right in her heart. So she had no chance. So after he finished attacking and killing Stacy, he wasn't even sure she was dead. He just left her on the floor of her sister's room, and he went down to the kitchen and pulled a fresh pitcher of iced tea out of the fridge and poured himself a glass
Wow.
and just waited.
For what?
Exactly.
He's
So
just sick. He just like watched her, like dead.
he just left her there.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
check her
just drinking
pulse.
some tea.
Nothing. He just drank some iced tea while waiting at the kitchen table. And he was waiting for the next person to arrive, which he knew was going to be Stacy's 14-year-old sister, Christy.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry to let you know, but that's not the worst of it. It actually gets worse. Worser. So when Christy got home and saw Powell, she was alarmed because I read multiple sources, so I'm not positive on this either. It isn't incredibly clear, but at some point in January, Powell was in the home and it made Christy uncomfortable. So she called her mom to tell her that Powell wouldn't leave and that he kept walking up and down the hall, looking into the rooms again and again. And I'm just not sure if that was the same day and she
Yeah.
called her mom, or if it was a few days before the attack, because we already know that he was a friend of Stacy's and he lived nearby. So there was like no indication that this was the first time he was in the house. And the multiple sources I read just said in January.
Right.
But we know that this murder happened January 25th. So it's not incredibly clear on whether it was the same day or like the same, just around the same month, like where she was already aware this guy's acting real, like hella
Right.
weird. So he's just sitting there, and Christy,
Sorry.
I'm going to need you to stop moving.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to get comfortable. Go ahead.
So he's just sitting there, and Christy is like shook, to say the least, because there's like this 20-year-old weirdo sitting in your kitchen, and like, why? Where is
Yeah.
everybody? So she's weirded out and obviously asks him where Stacy is, and he says, "Oh, she's in her room." So Christy, eager to get away from this like
Yeah,
piece of shit,
of course.
walks away and goes to Stacy's room. but no one is there, and she can't find her. And she doesn't want to talk to Powell, so she decides to just keep checking rooms. And that's when she goes into her own room.
Yeah.
And when she walks in, she sees the body of her older sister, Stacy, on her own, like on Christy's bedroom floor, beaten and bloodied and just covered in stab wounds. One of which, as I said, went straight through her heart with 2 exit wounds. So 1 entry wound and 2 exit wounds. Later, the medical examiners would say that it was likely caused by Powell pulling the knife out of her heart halfway, twisting it, and pushing it back into the heart.
Wow.
Like the literal definition of overkill.
Right.
So Christy sees this horrible scene, and she obviously starts screaming. She's 14 years old. When she turns to leave the house, Powell is right behind her. He had snuck up behind her. Unfortunately, Powell is much bigger than Christy. She's a 14-year-old skinny little girl.
Yeah.
He grabs... I'm sorry?
I'm saying he's a 20-year-old man.
Exactly. He's a grown man. He's also, like, heavy set. So he's not a small man. He grabs her and drags her, kicking and screaming, into the basement, where he then proceeds to beat her senseless and sadly sexually assaults Christy, who is 14 years old. Christy begged for her life as she was brutally attacked. And then while he was attacking her and she was literally begging for her life, saying she wasn't going to tell anybody, please stop, they heard a knock at the door. So Powell tied Christy's hands and feet with her own shoelaces from her sneakers and told her not to move, and he was going to go see who was knocking. So he took the shoelaces off of her shoes, tied up her hands and her ankles separately, didn't hog tie her, and left her on the floor face down. And he had beaten her like beyond recognition. She was bloody and messed up. So when he went upstairs, she knew her time was really limited. So she shimmied and she fought her way through the hand bounds, and she scooted on her butt under the basement stairs in an attempt to hide.
Right.
But again, unfortunately, she heard him coming much faster than she thought, and she wasn't quite under the stairs yet when he arrived back down in the basement. Yeah. So seeing her trying to hide and trying to get away from him put him in an absolute rage. So he dragged her out from under the stairs and he strangled her with the shoelace until she was passed out. And then he took the same knife and he sliced Christy's throat from ear to ear.
Wow.
Numerous times. None of the sources are consistent with how many slits were to her neck, but there were
multiple.
A lot.
Many.
Yes. He then enough, exactly. He then stabbed her in the stomach, and just like her sister. What are you doing?
Nothing. Go ahead. It fell. I caught it. And my voice.
Good job. So he stabbed her in the stomach, and just like her sister, he left her in the basement to die, and he fled the house.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's
crazy. Yeah, it's not.
So far we're down 2 sisters.
2 sisters. Yes.
That's crazy.
Stacy and Christy.
Yeah.
But remember, he fled the house.
Right.
So now the girl's stepfather arrived home and started looking for them everywhere,
poor
obviously.
guy. Could you imagine?
Yes. Well, no, I can't imagine.
I know.
But yes.
I'm just saying.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. It's nuts.
Nightmare. This whole story is a literal nightmare. So when he saw that things on the way to the rooms were in disarray, he started to panic, and he rushed Christy's door first, since she's the youngest, where he found his oldest stepdaughter, Stacy, lying dead. After that, he was frantic looking for Christy, and when he went to the basement, he saw her body at the base of the stairs, bleeding and broken, and what he described as still as a rock.
Yeah.
So he ran to her to stop the bleeding, and that's when he noticed that 14-year-old Christy was actually still breathing and opened her eyes.
No way, really?
Yes.
Even after having her throat slit like multiple times and strangled and beaten?
Yeah. Sexually assaulted, beaten, multiple deep wounds to her neck, a stomach wound.
Okay.
And this
And
little
then what
girl
happened?
is like the tiniest little thing. I'm gonna find a picture and show her to you. She opens her eyes.
I almost said, please don't. I don't want to put a face to this.
I know.
Because then it's really, really horrible.
Yeah,
you know,
but
'cause-
it's a real person. That's the thing.
I know, it sucks.
It does.
Because it really is. Because you're telling the story and I'm like imagining it, but then I don't even realize that this actually really happened, you know?
Exactly. And that's like,
So.
that happens a lot with true crime where like people are like, oh, you're like making fun of the victims or whatever. And it's
Right.
not. Like, honestly, you have to tell the stories because these things happen. And it's more of like I think everyone walks around with a that'll never happen to me kind of attitude
Yeah.
because of that. Because
Well,
you don't put a face to it.
Of course.
So 14-year-old Christy,
Yeah, 14-year-old Christy.
before passing out again, likely from her immense blood loss, managed to say something to her stepfather.
Okay.
She said, Paul Warren, and passed out.
She said the guy's name, Paul Warren, and I passed out.
Well, Paul Warren Powell, but she said Paul Warren.
Okay.
From what I
that's
read
enough,
from
right?
sources, of course.
For evidence, could they like
No,
say
no, of course not. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, a good lawyer could.
I mean, for the love of
but
Christ.
would he get away with it? Probably not. So now Christy suffered insane injuries, as you had mentioned. It's shocking that she lived. She required 61 stitches alone to close her throat.
61.
Yeah, and her stomach wound. But she somehow managed to heal as much as possible. Not only did she tell the police everything that happened, but she also testified against Powell in his
Really?
trial.
Wow, superhuman.
Yes. So, after his arrest, Powell consented to several interviews with police officers. During one interview, he stated that he had been at the Reed's home on January 29th, 1999, and that Stacy was dead, quote, because she was stupid. Powell, exactly. Powell told the police officers that he and Stacy had an argument because she had a black boyfriend. And Powell, quote, didn't agree with the interracial dating. Powell claimed that during this argument, Stacy attacked him
Oh my God!
and
Come on.
scratched his face, to which he pushed her to the floor.
On his knife.
He claimed that Stacy attacked him again. And that's when she, quote, got stuck on my knife.
Wow.
Powell also initially denied raping Christy. In his second statement to police officers, Powell admitted that he did indeed rape and sexually assault Christy. The detective who interviewed Powell testified that Powell stated that he had to kill Christy because she, quote, was the only witness and he would have to go to jail.
My God.
So in this trial, the state was pushing for the death penalty. But for capital punishment, most, if not all states require what's called an aggravating factor. That's what makes run-of-the-mill murder and turns it into capital murder.
Okay.
So in Virginia, there are certain factors required to find someone guilty of capital murder and therefore eligible for the death penalty.
And what's that?
One of the factors is sexual assault.
Okay. Ding.
Exactly.
He
So,
qualifies.
just as like a quick explanation of that. So, every state, you've heard capital murder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, capital murder just means you're going to get the death. You can get the death penalty, not you're going to get it. As
You're
we've
eligible
seen.
for the death penalty.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're going to need aggravating factors because they are usually if you committed murder in the act of a felony. So, in the act of rape, you murdered somebody.
That's
or
capital murder.
That's capital murder.
Instead
in
of
some
just
states.
murdering somebody.
Instead of just homicide.
Right.
Exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
Felony. It's like felony murder is when you are committing a felony. So if you're robbing a bank and someone just happens to die,
Yeah.
but you didn't intend it, like
That's capital murder?
it's capital. Well, it's felony murder. A lot of states, violent felonies usually are enough to be an aggravating factor, but every state has different standards. So this happened in Virginia.
Okay.
In Virginia, and in most states, to be honest, sexual assault is an aggravating factor to take some. If you murdered somebody during the act of rape, you are now eligible for capital murder and the death penalty. So the state obviously pushed that this was an attempted rape, and she only died before he could actually rape her because she died trying to stop him from sexually assaulting her.
Okay. Wow.
That's what
awful.
they pushed for. But the jury found that he attempted the rape, and that was enough for him to be sentenced to capital murder. So this entire trial and his time in jail before the trial, Powell was being a real piece of work, as you would expect him to be. Obnoxious, annoying, arrogant. So he was exactly what you expected him to be. Very obnoxious, annoying, arrogant.
Goddamn Nazis. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are thinking... Oh, okay. I didn't put a comma.
Oh my God.
And it threw me off completely because it really fucks
it
with my head when
like
people have bad grammar.
Christy Warren's dad's a man. Oh no, Christy Warren's dad's mom's a man.
Oh, you know how much I hate grammatical
I was like,
errors.
wait.
Shut up.
I caught the first one.
Shut up.
You know I caught the first one. I know you didn't put a comma between
That's exactly
mom
what
and
happened.
man.
It's exactly what happened. And what's funny is I was going to say, you know what happened? I didn't put a comma,
Well,
but I'm like, let me not admit
that's
to that
very
right now.
important, you see?
Yeah.
Shout outs to all the English teachers out there for teaching us about the importance of commas, apostrophes, and all that.
Shout out to the Oxford comma.
Yeah, what?
The Oxford comma.
The Oxford.
Everyone should use it. I won't be taking notes on this. So, anyways, I can't stand when people don't use the Oxford comma. Anyways.
It's obnoxious.
Shut up. It's not obnoxious. It's proper grammar. So, what I said without a comma, and that's why I got thrown off, was if you could think it, he was doing it. He was bragging. He was telling everyone what he did. He was just
But where in jail?
Yeah, just real smart. This guy, fucking brilliant. I'm being sarcastic. So, of course, while in jail, Powell wrote letters to friends in which he admitted having committed the murder, rape, and attempted murder because of Stacy's relationship with a black man. This is before trial, by the way. He further claimed that he had planned to kill Stacy's family and steal the family truck. Powell also wrote to a female friend and asked her to, quote, get one of her guy friends to go to a payphone and call Christy and tell her that she better tell the cops she lied to them and tell them that she better not testify against me or she's gonna die.
Oh my God.
He did this on a
just
prison
like a
phone.
Prison phone.
And prison mail.
Right, those are monitored.
Absolutely. And I don't think you've ever had to do time in jail to fucking know that.
Yeah, I've never had to do anything.
I've never done time. I mean, I'm a lawyer, but I don't even do criminal. So right. I couldn't even.
Well, everybody knows that's common knowledge, right?
I feel like I feel like Zoe.
Yeah. Well, if you're a criminal and you have the freedom of
you're not smart.
Writing letters, you got to know that they're monitoring that.
I mean, clearly,
you just have to know.
Powell didn't know much.
PWP, baby.
PWP didn't know much. All right, PWP, real fucking moron. So Powell also told another inmate that he had become angry with Stacy when she refused to have sex with him after talking to Wilkerson. Powell told the inmate that he stabbed Stacy twice, and when he attempted to cut Christy's throat, his knife was too dull, so he started stepping on her throat, trying to stomp her throat in.
Jesus.
To another inmate, Powell described Stacy's killing as, quote, a human sacrifice, and expressed satisfaction in having raped a virgin. That is taken directly from Powell versus the Commonwealth and the evidence presented in the court, by the way. Crazy. So this is not conjecture. Yeah. This is not he said, she said, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is straight from the opinion of his first trial. So finally, the trial occurs, and Christy bravely testifies against this animal, and he is finally sentenced to death. Because, as I said before, the jury did find that he was attempting a rape.
Aggravated factor.
Yeah. And, of course, his attitude quickly changed. PWP cried and begged for mercy.
Oh my God.
Because they're all little pussies at heart. Let's be real. So, because what do I always tell you? Don't nobody want to fight.
No.
They really don't. Everyone's got a big old mouth.
Of course, you're a tough guy until
the state tells you they're going to put a fucking needle in your
until
arm.
until you see the warden.
Bubba is coming at you.
Oh my God.
So now, just a little bit of legal information. In Virginia, if not most jurisdictions, where there is a death penalty, death sentences always get an automatic appeal to the state's highest court. But it is important to understand that an appeal is not a trial. An appeal is where the higher court looks at everything that occurred in the lower court, so in the state court, and decides only if any legal errors or misapplied law happened at the lower level, and it was enough to significantly do something about the outcome of the case. So it could be different things. It could be because of ineffective counsel. It can be a violation of constitutional rights. The judge used what we call the incorrect standard to make a decision. Something called abuse of discretion, which I feel like you hear me talk about a lot. You hear me talk about abuse of discretion
I'm
a
sure
lot.
I've heard that sometime.
Yeah.
Just being used here there.
So basically what an appeal is, I could still hear Zachary screaming about
Me too.
Sonic
What is he
upstairs.
screaming about?
Something about the video game. He's upset
He's
with the
pissed.
robot.
Yeah, I think he's getting frustrated. That game sucks, man. That game is hard. Anyways.
Anywho's.
So, okay. So
what,
appeal discretion.
What?
Appeals of discretion.
No. So whenever you get the death penalty in Virginia, you automatically get an appeal.
Yeah, and then they look into the lower courts to see if anything was mishandled.
Yes, that's actually a good way to put it. So basically what I'm trying to explain is that it's not a trial. At trial, it is a question of fact. You are telling all the facts to the jury, and you're telling them the laws that apply, and you're asking them if these facts, if you find them true, do they fit this as a crime? And if the answer is yes, you get convicted. If the answer is no, it's reasonable doubt, and you get
acquitted.
You get acquitted. Yeah. Very good. So you get acquitted. Now, an appellate court doesn't do that. What an appellate court does is exactly what you said. They look at everything that happened in the other court. They don't look at new evidence. They don't look at new witnesses. And they kind of decide, was everything applied correctly? If it was not, there's different things they can do. They can send it back to the lower court for a retrial. They can affirm the decision, which was when they say the lower court got it right. We don't have to change anything. It stands. They can, they can remand part of it. Like, it's just, you could do all kinds of things. Okay. But, so that's not everything, but you get the picture.
Yes.
So, and if any of these things are found by the higher court, they can do different things, as I said. And for the sake of this case, what you need to know are affirming, or is the upholding of the lower court's decision, meaning they found the lower court got it right and nothing has to be done. Reversing the lower court's decision, where the appellate court finds significant legal error that prejudices the outcome and they reverse the lower court's decision. Remanding the case, meaning that they send the case back to the lower court to be retried with brand new trial, with the proceedings being consistent with the appellate court's decision. So, decision.
Okay. Decision.
I bit my tongue.
That's okay.
So, that is like the first trial never happened.
Yeah.
When that happens, when you remand it back.
But that's a pain in the ass, because then you have to bring everybody back.
Yes.
You have to like you have to question witnesses again, or do you go based on?
Don't you remember the Karen Reed trial?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That just like the Karen Reed trial, they had to They have to ask people questions again, and then people are already, aren't they already like frustrated? So don't they just like try to get you to just like kind of go away?
Well, yeah, that's what happened in the Karen Reed trial.
But
everybody looked pissed.
I kind of think I see where this is going.
Okay, so unfortunately, Powell's mercy would come in the form of a legal issue that switched his death penalty to a life sentence. See, his initial death penalty was reversed by the appellate court because there was inadequate proof of the special circumstance against the murder victim required to authorize the death penalty.
But who comes up with these decisions? Like, who's the say? Is it a judge?
It's the appellate court.
Yeah, but who's the guy or woman that's like, hey, this file looks fishy? Because
No. Nobody. Okay,
is
so
it a group
you get the right to an appeal.
Yeah.
When you have a death penalty, you automatically get it. So it automatically goes to the appellate court. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to bring it to the appellate court. He gets an appeal. Now, listen, he can decide to not appeal it, obviously. It's not mandatory.
So it gets to the appellate court. And then within the appellate court, there's somebody reviews it.
Do you remember when I did moot court? I know this
Yeah.
sounds ridiculous because I've been
I
an attorney
guess.
for a
Yeah.
while.
I remember.
now.
I know moot court, but I don't know what that is.
Okay, moot court, the oral arguments you saw me doing and all the writing you saw me doing,
Yeah.
those were appellate arguments. Those weren't trial courts.
Oh, okay. So you're arguing off of
The record.
the record.
I used the record to write my brief, and
Yeah.
then I argued my brief to a panel of judges.
So it's like going to trial, but like express.
No,
You're just going in there and you're like, hey, this guy said that guy and the other guy said the other thing. So you
no,
should.
what we're saying here is, so what these two lawyers said, basically, was they went in there and they said, Your Honor, he got the death penalty because of the special circumstance of rape. However, the law is worded.
Oh, I know what this is going. Because he didn't rape her because she
Exactly.
died. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's
So-
stupid. Get out of here.
to require the special circumstance in Virginia.
Who's the idiot that wrote that law in the first place?
The way-
Can't we go back and say,
I
hey,
mean-
this doesn't make any sense. Let's correct it.
I mean, we can say that about a lot of laws. But
Yes,
that will
let's
go-
say that about a lot
but
of
we
laws. I'm
can't.
joking. I mean, I'm not joking. I think we should, but let's get back to the. I'm ranting and raving.
It's okay. So the way laws are created are through case law. So with different cases, laws can change. So right now, at 1999, that is the law.
Okay.
And I think it still is. Because he didn't rape Stacy, and
Technically,
she's
no.
the one who died, that murder did not occur during a
Right.
rape. He raped her sister separately after and attempted to murder her.
Right.
But you can't get the death penalty for attempted murder during a rape. The
Okay.
person has to die.
Okay.
So, that lawyer, I hate to say it, did his job, did it well, and got his death penalty brought down to a life sentence because of the technicality that he raped her 14-year-old sister and not her. And her 14-year-old sister survived, and she did not.
Okay.
So I agree with you. It's
Yeah,
insane.
That's stupid.
But it is
Because
correct application
A
of the law.
juror of our peers should outweigh this lawyer that found a technicality.
Well, no, because the jury also incorrectly found that he tried to rape Stacy because there was no evidence. So it wasn't that the jury got it wrong because blah, blah, blah. It was there was no sufficient evidence to prove that he would have raped her should she not have died trying to stop him. And you need the evidence. So that's also like a big thing. Sometimes like juries find that's like one of the few circumstances where a trial judge can say absolutely not, like we're not going with your decision because the decision is so outside of what the evidence presents that the judge like it just cannot be allowed.
Damn.
So because there was no clear evidence that he
Right.
did try to rape her, then they cannot
makes
find
sense,
it.
of course.
So of course, exactly. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
even rapists, white supremacists, murderers deserve due
No, of
process.
course. But I was just going to say, couldn't this lawyer find this out after he was given the death penalty?
You mean like after
Right?
he was
Yeah.
taken out? I
Yeah.
mean,
I would be like, by the way,
well, no, because
this dead
you have to-
man, we fucked up.
no, that happens a
Pal's
lot.
an innocent man.
That actually happens a lot, and it's
Yeah,
really
that
sad.
sucks.
But no, because you won't get the death penalty.
He's an
until
innocent rapist.
after your appeal.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have happened
Okay.
anyways. So like I said, in short, there was not enough evidence to show that beyond a reasonable doubt, Powell killed Stacy while attempting to rape her.
So he's back at the yard talking smack.
No, wait. So even though Powell was convicted of raping Christie, her rape is not enough and makes Stacy's murder capital murder. Now, you know our guy pretty well at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think he did after he found out that he was no longer on death row because they remanded his case?
Talked shit.
Absolutely.
Walked the yard. He goes, man, that knife, in and out, twisted, heart. No?
Well, I mean, everyone knows that he murdered her.
Right.
The question was, did he attempt to rape her?
He said it. Of course he said it. He said it in jail. He goes, yeah, I was trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can't help himself.
Let me tell you what our boy did.
Oh, my God.
Because he can't help himself. And while this story is so heartbreaking, and I know we've had moments where we've laughed, but we've never
I think we laughed too much, and I think we need to chill. Because this is crazy.
Because we did not laugh at the victims ever.
No,
we're laughing at how stupid this guy is.
No, of course. It's ridiculous that he got this appeal overturned.
Don't worry.
Oh, really? Oh, it's one of those? Oh, I'm sure. Well, okay.
You really think I was going to tell you a story about where a man got off being horrible?
Wow. Please tell me, like, a spirit from the
so good.
EVP world came.
I think it's so good. Are you ready? You have to let me tell you this because it's so good. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you know what our boy did? It's not our boy. You know what this moron did?
No.
PWP. So he tormented the Reed family. He would call the mother. He would send the mother pictures of blonde girls and be like, "Doesn't this look like somebody?"
Wow.
Horrible.
He would do that from jail?
From jail.
And they would allow him to send these. Wow.
Don't get me started. Anyways, he bragged to inmates about all his crimes, and he just thought he was complete hot shit. Now that he was safe from the death penalty, he sent an interesting letter. Not only to the Reed family and his moronic friends on the outside. No. He sent a letter to the prosecuting attorney of his trial case, Paul Ebert. And in that letter, he bragged and he essentially admitted to everything.
Oh, my God.
And what I have for you next is parts of the letter that Powell wrote to the prosecutor. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It reads in part, Mr. Ebert, since I have already been indicted on first-degree murder, and the Virginia Supreme Court said that I cannot be charged with capital murder again, I figured I would tell you the rest of what happened on January 29th, 1999, to show you all how stupid all of y'all motherfuckers are. Yeah, I apologize in advance.
This is almost fake.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
And I apologize in advance for the language because he is disgusting. Like, you think I have a potty mouth?
No, I think we kind of expect what this
disgusting.
This is
So I apologize in advance for the horrible language. Y'all should have known that there is more to the story than what I told you by what I said. Literally what it says. This isn't me. This is not me. This isn't my grammar. You had it in writing that I planned to kill the whole family. Since I planned to kill the whole family, why would I have fought with Stacy before killing her? She had no idea I was planning to kill everybody and talked and carry on as usual. So I could have stabbed her up as many times, anytime, because she was unsuspecting. I had other plans for her before she died. You know, I came back to the house after Bobby's lunch break was over, and he had gone back to work. When I got back, she was on the phone, so I went inside and lay down on the couch. When the cab came to bring me my pager, I ran out of the house, and she jumped.
This was the 90s, I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like, the pager? What are you, a doctor?
Is that right?
But no, of course.
Talks about how she walked around the house, she was doing her laundry downstairs, and when she went downstairs, he got up, shut and locked the back door, and followed her downstairs. Talked for a while as she put the clothes in the wash, continued talking, blah, blah, blah. He talks like forever. He's so annoying.
Yeah.
He thinks everyone like cares about everything. We continued talking, and when she had everything in the washing machine, I reached over and touched her tit and asked her if she wanted to fuck. She said no, because she had a boyfriend. I started arguing with her because she had never turned anybody down because of having a boyfriend. So we started walking upstairs, arguing the whole time. When we got upstairs, we went to her room, and she turned the radio off. After she turned the radio off, I pushed her onto the bed and grabbed her wrists and pinned her hands by her head, and I sat on top of her. I told her that all I wanted to do was fuck her, and then I would leave, and then we could do it the easy way or the hard way.
My God.
She said she would fuck me, so I got up. After I got up, she got up and started fighting with me and clawed my face.
Oh my God.
We wrestled around a little bit, and I slammed her to the floor. When she hit the floor, I sat on top of her and pinned her hands down again. She said she would fuck me, and I told her that if she tried fighting me again, I was going to kill her.
Wow.
When I got up, she stood up, asking me why I was doing this, and all I kept saying to her was, take your clothes off. Finally, she undid her pants and pulled them down to her ankles. She was getting ready to take them off all the way, and the phone rang. When she heard the phone, she pulled her pants back up and said she had to answer. I pushed her back and said no.
Oh my God.
She said she wouldn't say anything about me being there, and I told her no, take your clothes off. She tried to get out of the room again, and I pushed her back and pulled out my knife. I guess she thought I was trying to scare her, and I wouldn't really stab her because she tried to leave again. When she got to me and tried to squeeze between me and the door jamb, I stabbed her. When I stabbed her, she fell against the door jamb, and she looked at me, shock on her face. When I pulled the knife out, she stumbled a couple steps and fell into her sister's room. I walked over and looked at her. I saw she was still breathing, stepped over her body and into the bedroom, and I put my foot on her throat so she couldn't breathe.
Oh my God.
It goes on for quite some time. It's very, very descriptive. Really gross. Whatever. He admits there that he left, got iced tea, sat on the couch, and smoked a cigarette. And you know the rest after what happened in that point. That's what he says. Now this is where it gets good. Because that, I understand, was not good. But this is where the letter gets really good. He says, I would like to thank you for saving my life. I know you're probably wondering, how do you save my life? So I'll tell you. You saved my life by fucking up. There were two main fuck-ups you made that saved me. The first was the way that you worded my capital murder indictment. The second was the comment you made in your closing argument when you said, we don't know because he won't tell us. One more time. Thank you. Now y'all know everything that happened on that house at 8023 McLean Street on January 29th.
Oh my goodness.
1999.
He time-stamped it.
Mm-hmm. I guess I forgot to mention these events when I was being questioned. Haha, psych.
Wow.
Literally wrote that. I knew what y'all would be able to prove in court, so I told you what you already knew. Stacy was dead and no one else was in the house, so I knew y'all would never know everything she went through unless she came back to life. Since the Supreme Court said I can't be charged with capital murder, I can tell you what I just told you because I no longer have to worry about the death penalty, and y'all are supposed to be so goddamn smart. I can't believe that y'all thought I told you everything. Well, it's too late now. Nothing you can do about it now. So fuck you, you fat cock-sucking, cum-guzzling gutter slut. I'm going to start using that.
Wow, that was a lot.
Oh,
that was a lot in there.
Wait.
I think I found something.
Wait.
I'm not a lawyer, but I think I found where he fucked up.
Oh, yes. Wait, there is more. I guess I'll see your bitch ass on December 18th at my trial. Because I'm not pleading to shit. Tell the family to be ready to testify and relive all of it again, because if I have to suffer for the next 50 to 60 years, or however long they can suffer from torment of reliving what happened for a couple of days. I'm gone. Fuck you and anyone like you or that associates with people like you. I almost forgot. Actually, I'm not going to read that. Some weird stuff about God. I don't know. Well, die a slow, painful, miserable death. See ya, punk. Don't you just hate yourself for being stupid and for fucking up and saving me? Sincerely, Paul Powell. He sent that letter to his girlfriend telling her that he had planned all of the killings, including the murder of the Reed girls' parents, which he never got to carry out. He
sent it to his girlfriend?
He has
a girlfriend?
Yes.
How?
Bro, people get married in prison all the time.
It's
so
how does
weird.
he even have a girlfriend?
You know,
Where did he meet her?
I don't know. I didn't even bother looking into that bullshit.
That's crazy.
I had no interest. So
Well, what's her name?
I don't know. He also sent death threats to Lorraine Reed, the mother of the two victims. Now, you were saying something earlier.
I forgot. I really did.
No. I want to know, did anything stand out in that letter?
I think that because he said that he didn't tell the truth the first time and that he withheld information, couldn't you backtrack and say, hey, wait a minute, you weren't being honest?
Well, no.
You swore on the Bible, damn it.
He's a criminal, so that's not it. But no, not exactly, but kind of. So, what do you know about double jeopardy?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
you know anything about double jeopardy?
Yeah, I heard that if you commit the same crime, oh no, you can't get charged for the same crime twice.
Something like that. You can't get convicted for the same crime twice. I just mixed the word crime and twice. I was like, twice.
Crime twice. Crimes.
Twice.
Crimis.
You can't crimis.
You can't crimis.
You can't be convicted of the same crime. Crime?
Cripes.
Why can't I say that? Crime twice. Crimis.
Your Honor, you can't cripes.
That's literally what I sound like in court. No. Anywho's, so Powell believed that he was no longer facing execution due to double jeopardy. But I don't know if you caught this part of the letter. Remember when he said, quote, I guess I'll see your bitch ass on December 18th at my trial because I'm not pleading to shit.
Okay.
So, reversing a sentence does not acquit you of a crime. It simply sends the case back to the lower court to redetermine the outcome based on corrections outlined by the appellate court. So...
Wait, what? So they're going to go back to trial?
Yes. So, I don't know if you remember, but this case was remanded back to trial. He thought double jeopardy attaches. Double jeopardy only attaches if you are acquitted.
Could you imagine if you're the lawyer and you get this? And you're like,
this man must have had
not real.
Biggest hard on. I'm sorry. I know that's disgusting. I would have had the biggest hard on. So I can only imagine.
Stick around, you're going to get a hard on. In more ways than one. Do the drum thing.
Anyways.
Yes.
If I was Mr. Ebert and I got this letter in the mail, I think I'd pass out from joy. I don't even know how it would feel. Just imagining getting this gives me the feels, so I can imagine. But anywho's, the prosecutor, I like to imagine, giddy as a schoolgirl and skipping from the mailbox to his car. I'm not sure how he got them to him, but he immediately took the letters to a judge. The judge looked at the letters, declared that there was new evidence, and ordered the new trial. So, like you said, there was evidence withheld. So now there's new evidence, and this motherfucker was not acquitted. So double jeopardy did not attach. He can be tried again. And he handed them the case.
Wow.
So, judge orders the new trial. The letters he sent to his girlfriend, the letter to the attorneys, all the letters to Lorraine Reed, proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Powell had indeed committed capital murder because he murdered Stacy in an attempt to rape her. And now the evidence that was so clearly missing is now very clearly gifted to them by the murderer himself. So of course,
Sure.
Of
the
course,
crime rips.
Of course, Powell got his new trial, and thanks to his beautiful use of the English language and attention to details, his written confessions were the main evidence used against him to once again convict him of capital murder and once again earn him the death penalty. Oh. He tried to appeal it, and the appellate court denied both requests of a resentencing hearing. In Powell 2, which is the appellate decision, the Supreme Court of Virginia rejected Powell's claims and affirmed his conviction. Wow. This is when he tried to appeal it again. I read the appellate opinion. I'm not going to quote it because it could be very boring. But it was of course, the reasoning was double jeopardy. They were relying on double jeopardy, and the appellate court was like, yeah, no. So you're convicted. Get the fuck out. And in a second appeal to the Supreme Court, Virginia shot down his double jeopardy argument and denied resentencing. On March 18th, 2010, Powell chose to be executed by electric chair instead of lethal injection. When he was asked if he had any last words, he stared at the ceiling and stayed silent. And at 9:09 a.m., Powell was pronounced dead. Christy still has multiple jagged scars across her neck that she did not hide with clothes at the trial or at the execution. She wears them proudly with low-cut shirts all the time. Christy and the girl's mother, Lorraine Huberry, that's her new last name, witnessed the execution of Ebert.
He was executed.
With Ebert, sorry.
He was executed in 2010?
2010.
So he got convicted when?
They did it pretty quick. They
yeah,
did
I
it pretty
was going to
quick.
say, doesn't it usually take like up to 20 years, 30 years usually?
Probably exhausted all his appeals.
Oh, but damn, that was pretty quick.
That was pretty
if
quick.
he committed the crime in 99...
I could tell you right now, I have the opinion up. Hold on. Let me find it. Can't find the date.
Doesn't
now.
the electric chair hurt much more than lethal injection? I mean,
there's argument about it, right? People
you get
say
electrocuted. That sounds horrible.
I think it sounds horrible, but he's also sick in the head. So
I'm not upset. I'm saying if you given they gave him a choice, why would he choose the worst one, where your head could blow up?
because he's a fat cock-sucking, cum-guzzling gutter slut.
He's the gutter slut.
He's a gutter slut.
Give him the gutter slut.
So, honestly, I ain't mad at him, but I agree with you. But then again, people say lethal injection is painful and brutal.
Oh, okay, whatever.
There's, like, a big margin for mistake.
He probably heard it at the yard. They're like, yeah, I heard the electric chair and shit.
It's fast.
Fast.
Yeah, do that. Anyways, so, yeah. In 2010, he was indeed done. So... Christy, the survivor, the mother, and the prosecutor, Mr. Ebert, were present and witnessed the execution of Powell.
Wow.
So Huberry, which is Lorraine, the mother of... And her new last name is Huberry, which I'm like super jelly. Nice. But her... Huberry jelly. Sorry.
I'm jelly of the Huberries, I'll be honest.
Huberry revealed that the family had spoken with Powell by phone on Wednesday for more than an hour. She said that he delivered what she felt was a heartfelt apology. And she said that Powell told her that he had not forgiven himself and that she left the meeting with some peace.
Okay, of course.
So,
I can imagine.
Christy's alive.
Yeah.
She has peace. He's dead.
Scarred for the rest of her life.
Yep.
But at least she knows the killer's gone.
And she had like everything to do with putting him away because she wasn't afraid of him and she testified. Yeah. So, so that's the story.
Bittersweet.
Of Paul Warren Powell.
He handed them
everything. His
death sentence. He said, no, I want to die.
Literally, because he was so arrogant and so stupid. So tell me that wasn't like...
It ended right, I feel.
Well,
it sucks.
Yeah. Not all cases end like this.
No, I know. But I mean, at least he got the death penalty and then...
But, a lot of people are against the death penalty.
Okay. Then that's you. But I think it should be up to the victims. I think that...
Well, the victims' families.
Yeah.
I agree. Anywho,
so
that's the story of Paul Warren Powell, the stupidest man to ever live. Quite literally, the stupidest man to ever live.
Dumbass. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Chose the electric chair, dumbass.
Well, I mean, like I said, he wasn't exactly showing great decision-making skills. But anyway, so...
That would be cool if, like, at the end of the segment, we could write him a letter.
Calling him a gutter slut.
Like you idiot. Yeah.
I know, that'd be great, but he's dead.
He's dead. Good for him.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I know he's thriving down there in hell.
Probably. He's probably running the place. Yeah. So, no, he's too fucking stupid to run anything. Right. He's like someone's minion for sure in hell. That's great. Anywho's, so.
No, I thought that was really interesting. That was really cool.
That's our first episode. How do you feel?
I like it. I thought that was really good.
See?
I liked it. That was really fun. And no, I always
not fun, but
I liked it. I like hearing those things. I like hearing about like
are you freaked out?
Murders. Yeah, of course. Don't you get freaked out? You hear like a new murder. Don't you always look over your shoulder? No. You're a little extra cautious. Are you kidding me? After I saw the movie Saw.
Oh my god!
Every time we walk down like a garage, I'd always look over my shoulder. I'd always be like, somebody's trying to kidnap me. And
oh my
like hook me up to machines. Right? You don't get that feeling?
Never.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's trying to connect me to machines.
I'll be quiet. You know you're paranoid.
I'm not.
You always think somebody's gonna murder you. Don't tell me you don't.
Well, I think everyone should think someone's going to murder them.
Yeah, that's
but I'm
what
not
I mean.
freaked out. I'm just cautious.
Well, I'm not saying freak out. I'm saying just your senses are elevated a little bit more. You're more aware of what could happen, especially after hearing these type of stories.
It's like jump scares.
What?
It's like jump scares, like
Sure.
in movies where it's
Yeah,
like
it's
creepy
like,
and all of a sudden something falls and you're like screaming.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when you like walking and then somebody goes, oh, and you're like, what? And you're
That's
like, oh,
a
Isaac, I just you dropped your keys. And it's like, where the fuck did you come from? I hate those those jump scenes. You know?
Yes, it's a jump
Fuck,
scare.
I didn't see you, and I'm looking, and my ears are out.
And my ears are out.
Like, don't do that shit again. I don't know where you came from, but don't do that shit again.
Anywho's.
Yeah.
So what movie do you want to watch? We should watch a scary movie and then
Right
talk
now?
about it next episode.
Oh, yeah.
You want to watch Stir of Echoes?
Okay, yeah, we could watch. No, I don't want to watch that shit.
Yes, we're going to watch Stir of Echoes,
Fine, we'll
and we're
watch
going to
it.
give a recap of Stir of Echoes at the beginning of next episode. Okay?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so meet you next week, same time, same place. Talk about something else scary.
Yes.
Want to do a ghost story? A haunting?
No, I don't want to do that.
You want
No, I
another true
really don't.
crime?
I don't want to do that. Yeah,
Okay.
true crime is fine.
We're going to keep on with a little bit of true crime.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, this was fun.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Okay, well, see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.